If you're over 60 and you're still drinking your morning coffee while sitting in that same kitchen chair for 20 minutes straight, you might be unknowingly choking off the very blood flow that could give you back your energy, your sharpness, and yes, even your confidence in the bedroom. I know that sounds dramatic, but stick with me here. What I'm about to share changed everything for a 68-year-old retired mechanic named Bill. 2 weeks after making one simple adjustment to his morning routine, his wife noticed he was walking taller, thinking clearer, and let's just say their evening conversations got a lot more interesting. Now, I'm not talking about some miracle pill or expensive gadget. This is something you can start tomorrow morning using what you already have in your kitchen. And the best part? It takes less than 5 minutes and costs you absolutely nothing. The reason this works so well for men our age is because after 60, our circulation naturally starts to slow down. Our blood vessels aren't as flexible as they used to be. Our hearts have to work harder to push blood where it needs to go. But here's what most doctors won't tell you. There's a simple way to wake up your circulation every single morning that works better than any prescription I've ever seen. So if you're tired of feeling tired, if you're frustrated with poor circulation, or if you just want to feel more like the man you used to be, you're going to want to hear this. Because what I'm sharing today has helped thousands of men reclaim their vitality without stepping foot in a doctor's office. Before we get into the details, I'd love to know, which state are you watching from? Type it in the comments below. It amazes me how this senior wisdom reaches men from Maine to California, and everywhere in between. There's something powerful about knowing we're all in this together, facing the same challenges and looking for the same solutions. I've heard from men in Alaska dealing with winter stiffness, guys in Florida fighting humidity fatigue, and farmers in Kansas who thought their best days were behind them. Geography doesn't matter. Good circulation advice works everywhere. Let me tell you about Bill, the mechanic I mentioned. Bill came to me 6 months ago, and honestly, he looked defeated. This was a man who'd spent 40 years fixing cars, working with his hands, staying active. He could diagnose an engine problem just by listening to it run. His hands were strong, his mind was sharp, and he took pride in being the guy everyone called when something needed fixing. But at 68, he told me he felt like his body was giving up on him. Every morning, Bill would shuffle to the kitchen like he was walking through mud, pour his coffee, and settle into his worn leather chair to read the newspaper for about 20 minutes. Seemed harmless enough, right? It was his quiet time, his chance to ease into the day before Martha woke up. But by the time he finished that coffee, his legs felt stiff as rusty bolts. His back ached like he'd been sleeping on concrete. His mind felt foggy, like someone had wrapped his brain in cotton. He'd start his whole day feeling sluggish and tired, and it just got worse from there. His wife, Martha, was worried sick. She told me it was like watching a strong oak tree slowly lose its leaves. Bill used to bound out of bed at 6 a.m., ready to tackle projects around the house, tinker in his garage, or take her on long walks through their neighborhood. Now he was moving like a man 20 years older, shuffling instead of striding, struggling with simple tasks that used to be second nature. The breaking point came on a Saturday morning. Bill was trying to change the oil in his pickup truck, something he'd done hundreds of times without thinking. But after kneeling by the truck for just a few minutes, his legs cramped up so badly he couldn't stand. Martha found him there, gripping the bumper, trying to pull himself up. The embarrassment in his eyes broke her heart. But the real wake-up call came later that night during an intimate moment with Martha. Bill told me, with tears in his eyes, that he just couldn't perform the way he used to. The blood flow wasn't there. The confidence was gone. For the first time in their 45-year marriage, he felt like he was letting down the woman he loved more than life itself. That's when I told Bill about something my own grandfather taught me back in rural Kentucky. My grandfather, Earl, lived to 94, and every single morning until the day he died, he did this one simple thing right after his first sip of coffee. He called it waking up the river, because he said your blood should flow like a mountain stream, not a stagnant pond. I explained to Bill that when we sit still for long periods, especially first thing in the morning when our circulation is already at its slowest. We're essentially telling our blood to take a nap when it should be getting to work. It's like trying to start a car that's been sitting in the garage all winter. Everything's cold, sluggish, and reluctant to move. So Bill agreed to try something different. Instead of sitting with his coffee, he would do this simple routine I'm about to share with you. Nothing strenuous, nothing complicated, just a gentle way to get his blood moving like a river after the spring thaw. 2 weeks later, Bill called me with excitement in his voice that I hadn't heard in months. He said he felt like someone had flipped a switch inside him. His energy was back. His mind felt sharper than it had in years. His legs didn't ache when he stood up. And yes, things in the bedroom had dramatically improved, much to Martha's delight. Martha confirmed every word. She said it was like getting her husband back, the man she'd married all those years ago. So what exactly happens to our circulation as we age, and why does that innocent morning coffee routine become such a circulation killer? Think of your circulatory system like the plumbing in an old house. When the house was new, water flowed freely through all the pipes. The pressure was strong, the flow was consistent, and every room got exactly what it needed. But over time, those pipes start to accumulate mineral deposits. They become narrower, less flexible. The water pressure drops. Some rooms don't get the flow they need, while others might get too much or too little. That's exactly what happens in our bodies after 60. Our blood vessels, which used to be smooth and elastic like brand-new garden hoses, start to stiffen up. The medical term for this is arterial stiffening, but I prefer to think of it as your blood vessels getting set in their ways, just like some of us do as we get older. These vessels develop what doctors call endothelial dysfunction. Basically, the inner lining of our arteries doesn't work as smoothly as it used to. It's like the inside of those pipes getting rough and bumpy instead of smooth and slippery. Blood that used to flow effortlessly now encounters resistance at every turn. Your heart, which has been beating faithfully for over 60 years, that's more than 2 billion beats if you're counting, starts having to work harder to push blood through these stiffer, narrower vessels. It's like trying to pump water through a kinked hose while someone's standing on it. Everything slows down, and your heart gets tired faster. Add to that the natural decline in testosterone and growth hormone that happens as we age, and you've got a perfect storm for poor circulation. These hormones aren't just about muscle mass and energy. They help keep our blood vessels healthy and responsive. When they drop, which they do by about 1 to 2% every year after age 30, our circulation takes a hit. But here's where that innocent morning coffee routine becomes a real problem. When you wake up, your circulation is already at its lowest point of the entire day. Think about it. You've been lying flat for 7 to 8 hours. Your heart rate has been slow and steady. Your blood has been moving at the pace of a lazy Sunday afternoon. Your muscles have been relaxed for hours, which means they haven't been helping pump blood back to your heart. Your blood vessels are just starting to wake up along with the rest of you. Everything in your circulatory system is running in sleep mode and needs time to shift into day mode. If the first thing you do is sit down for 20 or 30 minutes with your coffee, you're essentially telling your circulation to hit the snooze button. You're keeping your leg muscles inactive, which means they can't help pump blood back to your heart through what doctors call the muscle pump mechanism. You're compressing the blood vessels in your hips and legs by sitting, creating traffic jams in your circulation highway. This creates what I call the morning circulation trap. Your blood pools in your lower extremities like water collecting in the low spots of an old road. Your heart has to work overtime to move that sluggish blood. Your brain doesn't get the oxygen-rich blood it needs to feel sharp and alert. Your extremities, including the areas that matter for intimacy, don't get the robust blood flow they need to function at their best. And here's the thing that most men don't realize. This morning stagnation sets the tone for your entire day. If you start the day with poor circulation, you'll spend the rest of the day trying to catch up, like starting a race 10 minutes after everyone else. You'll feel tired, foggy, and weak because your body never got the circulation wake-up call it needed. It's like trying to run a marathon after sitting in traffic for an hour. Your body just isn't primed for optimal performance. Every system in your body depends on good circulation. Your brain needs it to think clearly, your muscles need it to move efficiently, your organs need it to function properly, and yes, your reproductive system needs it to work the way it should. But here's the good news that most doctors won't tell you. This problem is completely reversible. You see, our circulatory system is incredibly responsive to gentle, consistent stimulation. It's like a faithful old dog that just needs a little encouragement to get excited about the day ahead. When we gently activate our muscles and get our blood moving first thing in the morning, we're essentially priming the pump for the entire day. We're telling our heart, hey, it's time to get to work. We're telling our blood vessels, wake up and remember how to be flexible. We're giving our circulation the gentle jumpstart it needs to serve us well for the next 16 hours. The beautiful thing about this approach is that it works with your body's natural rhythms instead of fighting against them. We're not trying to force anything or push too hard. We're just giving our circulation the gentle nudge it needs to remember how to work properly, like helping an old friend remember a song they used to love. Here's the simple change that transformed Bill's life, and it can do the same for you. Instead of sitting down with your morning coffee, you're going to take it for a walk. I call this the coffee walk method, and it's based on wisdom that's been passed down through generations of men who lived long, healthy lives without ever setting foot in a modern gym. Now, I'm not talking about a power walk or a jog around the block. This is what I call coffee pace, a gentle, comfortable stroll that's slow enough to sip your coffee without spilling it. You can do this around your house, in your backyard, up and down your driveway, or even just pacing back and forth in your living room if the weather's not cooperating. Here's why this works so beautifully for men our age. When you walk, even at this gentle pace, you activate what's called the muscle pump in your legs. Your calf muscles, which are sometimes called your second heart, act like gentle squeezers on your blood vessels. Every step you take helps push blood back up toward your heart, fighting against gravity and giving your cardiovascular system the boost it needs. This is especially important for men over 60 because our hearts need all the help they can get. After decades of faithful service, our hearts appreciate having those leg muscles as assistants in the circulation department. It's like having a team of helpers instead of trying to do all the work alone. The key is to start this within 5 minutes of getting out of bed, before your circulation has a chance to get stuck in that morning sluggishness. Don't check your phone, don't read the newspaper, don't sit down at all. Get your coffee, regular coffee is fine, decaf works too, and immediately start moving. I recommend starting with just 5 minutes. Set a gentle pace where you can still sip your coffee comfortably and maybe even hum a tune if you're so inclined. You should be able to have a conversation if someone was walking with you. If you're breathing hard or working up a sweat, you're going too fast. This isn't exercise, it's circulation activation. What you'll notice within the first few days is that you feel more alert and energetic as you drink your coffee. That's because the gentle movement is helping deliver that caffeine to your brain more efficiently. You're literally optimizing your coffee experience while improving your circulation. As you get comfortable with 5 minutes, you can gradually increase to 10 or even 15 minutes if you enjoy it. Some men tell me they've extended it to their full coffee drinking time, and their wives have started joining them for what they call their morning constitutional. What to avoid? Don't try to make this a workout. Don't focus on speed, distance, or burning calories. This isn't about fitness, it's purely about gentle circulation activation. Some men make the mistake of turning this into exercise, and then they give up because it starts feeling like work instead of a pleasant morning ritual. Also, don't worry about looking silly walking around with your coffee mug. Your health is more important than what the neighbors might think. Besides, most of them are probably sitting inside wishing they had your energy and wisdom. My grandfather used to say, "You're not trying to wake up the whole neighborhood, just your blood." Keep it gentle, keep it consistent, and let your circulation gradually wake up along with the rest of you. The goal is to make this so easy and pleasant that you actually look forward to it every morning. The second solution is what I call vertical coffee time, and it's perfect for men who aren't quite ready for the walking routine or who really want to maintain their newspaper and phone-checking habits. If that describes you, that's perfectly fine. Just do it standing up instead of sitting down. Here's the science behind this approach. When you stand, you immediately improve what doctors call venous return. That's the flow of blood back to your heart from your legs and lower body. Gravity helps, of course, but more importantly, the muscles in your legs, core, and back have to work gently to keep you upright, and that gentle muscle activity helps pump blood throughout your system. Standing also opens up your hip flexors, those muscles that connect your legs to your torso. These muscles get tight overnight and can compress blood vessels when you sit first thing in the morning. By standing, you're allowing blood to flow freely through your hips and into your legs, like opening a dam that's been holding back a river. Set up a simple standing area in your kitchen or wherever you normally have your coffee. You can use a counter, a high table, or even just stand in front of a window where you can watch the world wake up. The key is to make it comfortable and convenient so you'll actually do it every day without having to think about it. While you're standing there with your coffee, add in some gentle weight shifting. Every 30 seconds or so, shift your weight from one foot to the other. This activates different muscle groups and keeps the blood moving instead of pooling. It's like being a gentle pendulum, swaying just enough to keep things flowing. You can also do some gentle calf raises while you're reading or checking your phone. Just lift your heels off the ground and lower them back down slowly and deliberately. Do this maybe 10 to 15 times, then take a break and repeat if it feels good. These calf raises are like giving your circulation a gentle squeeze, helping push blood back up toward your heart. Another simple addition is ankle circles. While you're standing there, lift one foot slightly off the ground and make slow circles with your ankle, 10 circles in each direction, then switch feet. This activates the smaller muscles in your feet and ankles that help with circulation but often get ignored when we're sitting or lying down. What to avoid? Don't stand perfectly still like a statue at attention. That actually creates its own circulation problems because your muscles aren't working and blood can still pool in your legs. Keep some gentle movement going, even if it's just shifting your weight or flexing your toes inside your shoes. Also, don't lean heavily on the counter or table. You want your muscles to stay gently engaged, not go to sleep. Think of it as active standing rather than just not sitting. There's a difference, and your circulation will know it. This method works especially well for men who have joint issues, balance concerns, or other health conditions that make walking difficult or uncomfortable. You get significant circulation benefits without any risk of falling or aggravating existing problems. It's also perfect for cold mornings when you don't want to venture outside or for men who live in apartments where walking around might disturb the neighbors. Many men find that this standing routine becomes so natural that they start doing it at other times during the day too, while watching the news, talking on the phone, or waiting for something to cook. Once you experience how much better you feel when you're moving instead of sitting, you'll start looking for more opportunities to stand and move throughout your day. The third solution is for men who want to be more intentional and comprehensive about their morning circulation routine. I call it the morning flow sequence, and it takes about 3 to 5 minutes to complete. This sequence combines gentle stretching with light movement to activate circulation throughout your entire body, not just your legs and feet. This routine is based on movements that naturally improve blood flow and can be done right in your bedroom, living room, or anywhere you have a few feet of space. I developed this sequence after studying the morning routines of men from different cultures who are known for their longevity and vitality well into their 80s and 90s. Start with gentle arm circles. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, about the same width as your shoulders, nothing fancy, and slowly circle your arms forward 10 times, then backward 10 times. Keep the circles smooth and controlled, like you're stirring a big pot of soup. This gets blood flowing to your shoulders, arms, and upper chest, areas that often get stiff overnight from sleeping in the same position. Next, do gentle torso twists. Keep your feet planted firmly on the ground and slowly rotate your upper body left and right, 10 times in each direction. Don't force it, Just turn as far as feels comfortable and natural. This activates your core muscles and helps blood flow through your midsection, where many important organs are working hard to keep you healthy. Then, do what I call heel-toe walks. This is simply walking in place, but with intention. Deliberately place your heel down first, then roll through the middle of your foot to your toes, then lift off from your toes. Do this for about 30 seconds, focusing on the feeling of your feet connecting with the ground. This activates the full muscle pump mechanism in your feet and calves, areas that are crucial for good circulation but often get neglected. Add in some gentle shoulder rolls. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down in slow, smooth circles. Do this 10 times forward, then 10 times backward. This helps release tension that builds up overnight and improves blood flow to your neck, shoulders, and upper back. Finish with gentle leg swings. Hold onto a wall, sturdy piece of furniture, or even a door frame for balance, and gently swing one leg forward and back, then side to side. Do this 10 times with each leg in each direction. Don't kick high or swing hard. Just gentle, controlled movements that open up your hip joints and get blood flowing through your entire lower body. The beauty of this sequence is that it addresses circulation from head to toe. By the time you're done, you've activated every major muscle group involved in healthy blood flow. Your heart rate will be slightly elevated, your blood will be moving more efficiently, and you'll feel more awake and alert than if you just stumbled to the coffee pot and sat down. What to avoid? Don't rush through this sequence like you're trying to catch a bus. The goal isn't to get it done quickly, it's to mindfully wake up your circulation and connect with your body. Move slowly and deliberately. Pay attention to how your body feels as you move. Notice which movements feel good and which areas feel tight or stiff. Some men try to make this more complex by adding extra movements or making it more vigorous, but these 5 simple exercises are all you need. More isn't always better, especially when it comes to circulation activation. Consistency trumps intensity every time. Studies have shown that even 3 to 5 minutes of gentle movement upon waking can increase circulation by up to 30% for the rest of the day. That's a remarkable return on investment for such a small time commitment. It's like compound interest for your health. Small, consistent actions that create dramatic results over time. Now that you know the 3 main solutions, let me share some bonus tips that can amplify your results and help you avoid the common mistakes I see men make when they're trying to improve their circulation. Here's something most men don't know. The temperature of your morning coffee can actually impact your circulation in ways that might surprise you. Hot beverages cause what's called vasodilation. That's when your blood vessels open up and allow more blood to flow through them. It's like opening the floodgates on a dam. But here's the key, don't drink it scalding hot. The optimal temperature is what I call sipping hot. Hot enough that you can feel the warmth spreading through your chest and stomach, but not so hot that you have to. Wait 5 minutes for it to cool down or risk burning your tongue. This temperature will gently warm your core and signal your blood vessels to open up without shocking your system. I learned this from an old Italian man named Giuseppe who lived to 102 and still walked 3 miles every morning until he was 100. He told me his secret was never drinking anything too hot or too cold first thing in the morning. You don't want to surprise your body when it's just waking up, he said in his thick accent. Treat it like you would treat a sleeping baby, gently. The same principle applies to cold drinks. If you prefer iced coffee or cold brew, let it come to room temperature for a few minutes before drinking it. Ice-cold beverages can actually cause. While you're doing any of these morning circulation activities, pay close attention to your breathing. Most men hold their breath when they start moving in the morning, especially if they're stiff or uncomfortable. But deep, steady breathing actually enhances circulation by up to 20%. Here's a simple breathing pattern that works beautifully with any of the 3 methods. Breathe in through your nose for 4 counts, hold that breath for 2 counts, then breathe out through your mouth for 6 counts. This pattern helps oxygenate your blood more efficiently and signals your nervous system that it's safe to increase blood flow throughout your body. My grandfather always said, "If you're not breathing well, you're not living well." The man was onto something. Proper breathing during your morning routine can increase the circulation benefits significantly, and it costs you nothing extra. Here's a mistake that sabotages many men's circulation efforts. They focus on their coffee but completely forget about water. Your blood is about 55% water, and after 8 hours of sleep without any fluid intake, you're starting the day in a mildly dehydrated state, even if you don't feel thirsty. Dehydrated blood is thicker blood, and thick blood doesn't flow as well through your vessels. It's like trying to pump honey instead of water. Before you have your coffee, drink 8 to 12 ounces of room temperature water. Not ice water, that can actually constrict blood vessels. Just plain, room temperature water to rehydrate your system and thin your blood to its optimal consistency. Some men tell me they don't want to drink water because they're already dealing with frequent trips to the bathroom, especially at night. I understand that concern completely, but here's what's interesting. Better circulation actually helps with bladder function over time. And the temporary inconvenience is worth the dramatic improvement in how you'll feel all day long. Here's something that sounds small but makes a real difference. Pay attention to your socks and shoes during your morning routine. Tight socks or shoes can restrict circulation in your feet and ankles, working against everything you're trying to accomplish. If you're doing the walking method, consider doing it barefoot or in loose-fitting slippers, especially if you're walking indoors. Your feet have thousands of nerve endings and small blood vessels that respond well to gentle stimulation and freedom of movement. The biggest mistake I see is men thinking they have to do everything perfectly from day one. They try to walk for 20 minutes, do a complex exercise routine, change their entire morning schedule, track their progress on apps, and completely revolutionize their lifestyle, and then they burn out after 3 days because it feels overwhelming. Start small and build gradually. If walking with your coffee feels like too much, just stand up for 2 minutes. If the full morning flow sequence seems overwhelming, just do the arm circles. Something is infinitely better than nothing, and small consistent actions build into life-changing habits over time. Remember, we're not training for the Olympics here. We're just trying to wake up our circulation gently and consistently. Many men do great with their morning circulation routine Monday through Friday, but then completely abandon it on weekends. They sleep in, skip their routine, and wonder why they feel sluggish and stiff on Monday morning. Your circulation doesn't take weekends off or go on vacation. In fact, if you sleep later on weekends, your circulation has been sluggish for even longer, so you need the morning activation even more. Adapt your routine for weekends. Maybe do it with your second cup of coffee instead of your first, but don't abandon it entirely. I hear this one constantly. It's too cold to walk outside, or it's raining, so I can't do my routine, or there's snow on the ground. Remember, all of these solutions can be done indoors in a space as small as 6 feet by 6 feet. Your circulation doesn't care if you're walking around your living room, your basement, or your backyard. It just cares that you're moving. Have an indoor backup plan ready. Even if you prefer to walk outside when the weather's nice, know that you can do heel-toe walks in your hallway or the standing routine in your kitchen when Mother Nature doesn't cooperate. Here's something that's just as important as the physical techniques. You need to shift your mindset about aging and circulation. Too many men accept poor circulation as an inevitable part of getting older, like gray hair or reading glasses. They think fatigue, brain fog, and intimacy issues are just their new normal, the price they have to pay for reaching 60. That's simply not true. Yes, our bodies change as we age, but we have far more control over our circulation than most people realize. Every morning, you have the opportunity to signal to your body that you're still vital, still engaged, still committed to feeling your best. Before we wrap up today's conversation, I want to hear from you, because your experience and wisdom matter just as much as mine. What was your biggest takeaway from our time together today? Was it learning about the coffee walk method and how something so simple could make such a difference? Maybe it was discovering the standing desk routine and realizing you don't have to completely change your morning habits to see results? Or perhaps it was that simple but powerful fact about how sitting first thing in the morning can sabotage your circulation for the entire day. Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. And here's something I'd really love to know. Which of these 3 methods are you most likely to try tomorrow morning? Are you going to take your coffee for a walk, stand while you read the news, or try the morning flow sequence? Your comment might be exactly what another man needs to read to give him the courage to take action, and that could literally change his life. I want you to know that I read every single comment personally. I don't have assistants doing this for me. It's just me, sitting at my kitchen table with my own cup of coffee, reading your stories, your questions, and your successes. I often get my best ideas for future videos from the experiences you share and the questions you ask. We're all in this journey together, learning from each other, and your wisdom helps other men just as much as mine does. If you've tried any circulation improving techniques in the past, I'd love to hear about those too. What worked? What didn't? What surprised you? This community is built on shared experiences and honest conversations between men who understand what it's like to face these challenges. Now, if you found this information helpful and you want to take your circulation health to the next level, I've put together something special specifically for men like us. It's called the 7-Day Circulation Recovery Plan for Men over 60, and it's completely free, no strings attached, no credit card required, no email spam. This plan takes everything we talked about today and organizes it into a simple, day-by-day guide that you can follow for 1 week to jumpstart your circulation improvement. It includes detailed, step-by-step instructions for all 3 morning routines we discussed, plus additional tips for meals, supplements, and evening habits that support healthy circulation throughout the day. You'll also get my Circulation Crisis Warning Signs checklist. These are the subtle symptoms that most men ignore until it's too late, but when you know what to look for, you can take action before small problems become big ones. Recognizing these warning signs early could literally save your life or prevent a serious health crisis down the road. But here's what makes this plan special. It's designed specifically for men our age, with our realities, our schedules, and our limitations in mind. I'm not trying to turn you into a 30-year-old athlete or get you ready for a marathon. This is about optimizing your circulation within the reality of being over 60, with all the wisdom, experience, and perhaps physical limitations that come with that stage of life. The plan also includes what I call troubleshooting tips, solutions for the most common problems men encounter when they're trying to improve their circulation. Things like what to do if you have arthritis in your knees, how to modify the routines if you have balance issues, and what to do if you're on blood pressure medication. To get your free copy, just click the link in the description below this video, or you can visit the website that's shown on your screen right now. The download is instant, and there's no catch, no upsell, no hidden fees. This is just my way of saying thank you for being part of this community and for taking your health seriously enough to watch a 30-minute video about circulation. Hundreds of men have already used this plan to dramatically improve their energy, mental clarity, and yes, their performance in the bedroom. Bill, the mechanic I told you about at the beginning, credits this plan with giving him his life back. It could do the same for you. Speaking of taking your health to the next level, in our next video, I'm going to share something that might shock you. It's about a common bedtime habit that most men over 60 do without thinking, and it's quietly destroying their circulation and intimacy while they sleep. I'm talking about something that seems completely innocent, even healthy, but it's actually working against everything we're trying to accomplish with our morning routine. When I discovered this connection, it explained why some men see dramatic, life-changing improvements with morning circulation techniques while others see only modest results. This bedtime habit is so common that when I mention it in my talks, I see men nodding their heads in recognition all across the room. They've been doing this thing for years, maybe decades, thinking it was helping their health, not realizing it was sabotaging their circulation every single night. The good news is that changing this bedtime habit is just as simple as the morning changes we discussed today. No expensive equipment, no complicated routines, just a simple adjustment that takes less than 30 seconds. And when you combine the right morning routine with the right evening routine, the results can be absolutely transformative. I've seen men who struggled for months to improve their circulation suddenly see dramatic results within days of making this one bedtime change. It's like removing the brake while you're trying to accelerate. Suddenly everything starts working the way it should. So make sure you're subscribed to this channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss that video. It could be the missing piece that takes your circulation from good to great, from surviving to thriving. One more thing before we finish up today. I want you to know that you're part of something special here. This isn't just a YouTube channel where someone talks at you for 30 minutes. This is a community of men who refuse to accept decline as inevitable. Men who believe that our best years don't have to be behind us. Men who understand that wisdom and experience, combined with the right knowledge, can create a life that's even better than what we had in our 40s or 50s. Every week, I hear from men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s who have transformed their health and vitality using these simple, natural approaches. Men who have gotten their energy back, their confidence back, their sense of purpose back. Men who are surprising their doctors, amazing their wives, and inspiring their children and grandchildren. You might be thinking right now, that sounds great for other guys, but my situation is different, or I'm too far gone for this to work, or I've tried everything and nothing helps. I've heard those doubts thousands of times, and I understand them completely. But I want you to know that in all my years of working with men our age, I've never met anyone who was too old or too far gone to see improvements with these techniques. Your body wants to feel good. Your circulation wants to flow properly. Sometimes it just needs a gentle reminder of how to do its job, like an old friend who's forgotten a skill but remembers it as soon as someone shows them again. As we come to the end of our time together today, I want to leave you with something my grandfather told me when I was just starting to notice my own body changing as I got older. I was probably about 55 at the time, starting to feel those first hints that I wasn't quite as strong or energetic as I used to be. He said, "Son, the body you have at 60 isn't broken, it's just experienced. And experience knows how to work smarter, not harder. A young man fights his body, but a wise man works with it." That wisdom has stayed with me for decades, and it's the foundation of everything I share with you in these videos. We're not trying to fight aging or pretend we're 30 again or compete with younger men. We're learning to work with our experienced bodies in a way that honors where we've been while still embracing where we're going. The truth is, you're not alone in this journey. Every man over 60 faces these circulation challenges. Every man our age has mornings when he feels stiff, tired, or discouraged about his energy levels. Every man our age has wondered if his best days are behind him, if he's destined to just get weaker and slower with each passing year. The difference between the men who thrive and the men who just survive is often as simple as what they do in the first 5 minutes after getting out of bed. It's not about genetics or luck or expensive treatments. It's about small, consistent actions that signal to your body that you're still in the game, still committed to feeling your best. You're not broken. You're not too old. You're not beyond help. You're not a lost cause. You're a man with decades of wisdom, experience, and stories to tell. You've overcome challenges that would have defeated younger men. You've learned lessons that can only come with time. You deserve to feel strong, energetic, and confident in your body, regardless of what the calendar says. The morning routine we discussed today isn't just about improving circulation, though it absolutely will do that in ways that might surprise you. It's about reclaiming your mornings, your energy, and your sense of vitality. It's about starting each day with intention instead of just going through the motions. It's about taking control of the things you can control instead of focusing on the things you can't. Whether you choose the coffee walk method, the standing desk routine, or the morning flow sequence, you're making a powerful statement. You're saying that you're worth the effort. You're declaring that you're not ready to settle for less than you deserve. You're committing to treating your body with the respect and care it's earned after carrying you faithfully for over 60 years. And here's what I know from working with thousands of men our age. When you commit to taking care of your circulation, everything else starts to improve too. Your mood gets better because your brain is getting more oxygen. Your sleep improves because your body is working more efficiently during the day. Your relationships deepen because you have more energy to invest in the people you love. Your confidence returns because you feel more like yourself again. It's like a positive domino effect that starts with something as simple as standing up with your coffee instead of sitting down, or taking a gentle walk around your house instead of settling into your chair. Small hinges swing big doors, as they say. Start tomorrow morning. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you feel more motivated. Pick one method, whichever one appeals to you most, and try it for just 1 week. Don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. Just begin. Your body has been waiting patiently for you to pay attention to it again, and I promise you, it will respond with more enthusiasm than you might expect. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Every success story started with someone deciding to try something new. Your transformation story begins tomorrow morning with your first mindful step toward better circulation. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to feel better, stronger, and more vital than you have in years. Age is just a number, but vitality is a choice, and it's a choice you can make every single morning. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Thank you for being part of this community of men who refuse to give up on feeling their best. And thank you for having the courage to consider that your best days might still be ahead of you. Until we meet again in the next video, take care of yourself, be gentle with yourself, and remember, you're not done yet. Not even close. See you soon, my friend.